September is National Recovery Month, and today approximately 22 million American adults are currently in recovery from substance abuse disorders, representing about 9% of the adult population. Well, our next guest fought back and is here to share his new book. Let's welcome Jason Ferguson, author of Nobody's Legend, Let Go of Who You Were, Rewrite Your Story, and Take Back Your Life. So happy to have you with us.
Man, so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the platform and introducing me with a fire intro and sharing.
I'm glad you liked it. Well,
let's get it.
Jason, I'm glad that you're here to tell your tale, because a lot of people who have fallen into the same depths of addiction that you did not make it out, sadly. So why don't you tell us a bit about yourself? You were a Division I football player, star athlete, until an injury sidelined you. Tell us what that experience was like.
Yeah, I grew up in West LA, and I had these massive dreams of being a professional football player. And I knew that, football could be a tool to getting to the college level. I'm 5'5", an undersized player at that. And by the grace of God, wound up getting a full scholarship to the University of Hawaii. I am one step closer to my dream of making it pro. Wow. And I wind up tearing my ACL for the second time in the same knee, and was not able to recover from that. Yeah. And obviously the journey, the process, the commitment to just doing everything that it took to make it to that level, and losing it when I was that close, unfortunately just sent me on a downward spiral. I lost my mind.
Well, you just said it, because when you're at that level, you eat, breathe, sleep your sport every single day, 365. So you're not necessarily developing a lot of the other skills or other talents that you possess, that you truly do possess, but you're just not there to develop them because you're working so hard towards that one goal. And so when that one falls away, when that one did fall away, where did you find yourself? What were you thinking? Oh my gosh, what's next for me?
Yeah, it's actually, there's a term for it. It's called identity foreclosure. When at a very young age, and a lot of athletes go through this, where at a very young age, your identity gets wrapped up in one thing and you immerse yourself in that thing, and then you lose that thing at some point, because we all go through it, and now you're just completely lost. And I never took the time or took stock in all the other characteristic traits and hobbies, or likes that I was good at. So I found myself in a space to where I almost felt like my self-worth was completely gone. My notoriety, like what I had built my notoriety on, completely gone. Confidence completely shot. And I had no clue where to go or what to do with my life at that point.
And tell us about your falling into opioid addiction. So were you taking the opioids to combat your physical pain from your injury?
So great question. So I was prescribed opioids, in relation to my injuries and my surgeries, but that's not how I got hooked. I got hooked because I found myself in a very vulnerable moment, having to watch my teammates from the sidelines, literally watch a guy take my spot and break every record at the University of Hawaii. And I tried to numb. And I took it at a very vulnerable moment in my life, where that first pill, the way that it hit me and the way that it impacted my mind and my body, I felt like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Limitless.
Yes.
I found my Limitless pill right there. And I was like, oh my God, this is my happy pill. And I couldn't have been more wrong. I had no clue what I was about to embark on, but it wound up being a decade of agony, horrible decisions, just an absolute nightmare for me and my family.
A whole decade. My goodness. So what was the straw? What was the turning point for you that you said, enough is enough? If I keep going down this road, I'm going to die?
Yeah, you know what's funny is people associate rock bottom moments with like one moment, but that's not how it works. There are compounding moments. There are so many moments that compound and make you go, oh my God, I'm out of my mind. Yeah. So I think the final moment was, I had got a little bit of sobriety under my belt, so I can get this dream job in tech. I'm a tech sales leader. This was my early days in tech, and I got this dream job, and my wife was able to stop working and be a stay-at-home mom, and my baby was a month old. Wow. And I relapsed while I'm at work. And my behavior was so erratic and chaotic that I wound up losing that job, and I had to go home and tell my wife that I lost this job that we flew from Hawaii to San Francisco for.
Yeah.
And she just quit her job. And I had to look her in the face and not only tell her that I lost the job, but I
Mm-hmm.
had to tell her how I lost the job. And it was
Mm-hmm.
equally as humiliating. And given all of the things that had happened up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Like I was at a crossroads. I was either going to die, be in jail, or be on Skid Row in LA,
That's
just,
right.
really submitting, or I was going to reclaim my life and become the man that I knew I could be. And I decided to go left instead of right. Thank God, because I have friends that died, man. I have
Of
friends that,
course, it happens sadly every single day. To the tune of too many people. One is too much, but so many people have died at the hands of opioids. So once you decided to go left, what was it that took you on that path? If you can just tell us briefly, how you got through that fire to where you are today.
yeah, I call it the life contract.
Yeah.
I like I didn't have a name for it at the time, but while I was walking around my block figuring out how to explain this to my wife, I created like in my mind like this life contract that started with like the vision
Mm-hmm.
of the future self that I knew I needed to become. I then proceeded to like what I call addition by subtraction, meaning I named and wrote out all of the things I need to pull from my life to create space for the man that I need to become.
Mm-hmm.
And then I created a non-negotiable, I call them mission-driven habits right here.
Yes. Yes.
Non-negotiable habits that I
Yeah.
would execute on every single day, no matter what, so I could win the day, whether work was going great, whether I was arguing with my wife
That's
at the
right.
house. I could hit these habits every day. It would fuel me to become the man that I wanted to
It's
be.
wonderful.
And those habits combined with therapy and,
Mm-hmm.
professional support
Yeah.
through addiction specialists, I've been able to, be clean since October 28th, 2017. And
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations on your sobriety, Jason, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And I'm sure all those tools are in your new book, Nobody's Legend, Let Go of Who You Were, Rewrite Your Story, and Take Back Your Life. You did all those things, and you're going to be an inspiration for so many people who do pick up this book, and you can find it where all fine books are sold. Thank you again for joining us, Jason.
amazing. Thank you so much for having me and listening to my story. Appreciate it. And check out the book.
Check out the book,
It's
everyone.
it's real, it's authentic, and I think you'll get a lot of tools from it.
We'll be back after this.